How easy or hard is it to let go the other person and say, yo, we have a beautiful soul here, but your push has come to shove and we need to do this. And the child has to stay with either of us.
Yeah.
How easy or hard is it? Kevin?
Yeah. It's a conversation that every time, man.
Triggers.
Like it triggers every crazy bit of human mind.
Yeah.
It's a matter of trying to be mature, trying to be the bigger person,
Yeah.
and also trying to have what you want. So you're battling yourself between doing what you feel is right and having what is right, especially when you feel like you are so right and you don't deserve this.
Yeah.
And then it has to happen. So you're fighting yourself and fighting enemies around you and fighting. It's a whole World War III to me, and I'd say, man, it's not easy. And the fact that you are in a transition of letting go of two people that you love, one voluntarily and one because it's an expired date kind of contract.
Yeah.
It's
The shelf life.
Yeah, the shelf life. You know, once the shelf life is done, and then you just want to do a donation. Not a donation, no, it's just like mugging. Ama niseme, yani umetekwa nyara mazee, and you have to let go of what you have. You don't want to, but you have to.
Yeah.
It's hard, Preston. It's hard.
It is.
But it's always, to me, I always call it's a battle between keeping you and losing you. So at the end of the day, you decide to keep you and let go everything else to find yourself first.
You're like your child needs a sane father.
Yeah.
Let's start from there.
And that sanity part is very important.
Yeah.
You see, sometimes people get lost in between battling the other parent.
Yeah.
Battles with the other parent.
Making them pay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna make you pay.
Yeah, I'm gonna make you pay. Whatever. Tajua mini nani. Yeah. And you all want, because you all love this child.
Yeah.
On my side, I would say we equally love love this child.
Yeah.
Like our intentions are very pure towards our son Bo. So we really we both adore this child.
Yeah.
Yeah, but making a child is one thing. Staying together is another thing. So the moment you realize that making a child is very easy, than now staying together, the three of you or the four raising the child is a different thing. I think is when you find sanity. But before that, you'll be battling, and this thing percolates to the child. That is the problem. Now it trickles down to the child. You guys are busy playing your top dog
Big
fights
boss,
up here, and then you see, for you to you cannot fill a cup when yours is empty. Or half. So if emotionally you're not good, and the first, like personally, I think the first role you play to your child is like being there emotionally.
Yeah.
Because you see, we like we just said, we are living in a society where everyone thinks men cannot express themselves, men cannot be okay and talk about it. If you're not okay, it's stone faced. But I feel like as a parent, you really have to be there, present.
Yeah.
For the child emotionally. Like you have to be very stable.
Yes.
You have to be genuinely happy, because a child, I've stayed with my child. My child knows when I'm not happy.
I know.
Even when I'm pretending. And
they're
at
psychic,
his
man.
age,
How is in the bedroom?
how is coming? How is it?
Oopsie.
Don't step on the charger. Sorry.
Hurry!
How is coming? She's gone. She's sleeping. You knock first. Bo, you knock first, right? Anytime you fight, remember you're fighting the mother of your child. So at the end of the day, you're thinking about the child. And I like it when Saint the Remnant says he had the option of let's go to court.
Yeah.
This is an easy case, and it ends up in your favor.
Yeah.
But now this is where being a dad is. Like, what is good for my child? Okay, my child needs me. My child needs the mother.
That's true.
The two of us cannot exist in one in one place
Yeah.
as a unit. We have to do it separately. Okay, sorry, baby.
Proof, people.
Proof. So the case goes the other way. For the the mother.
I'm sorry you cannot
Oh, you want to
provide
kick the
proof
ball?
yet,
Don't worry. Sit here.
but we're still dads,
just
okay?
wait. Yeah. So, so I think when you realize that emotionally, you want the ball. The ball is coming. Don't worry. Don't touch this. Is a microphone. You'll have the ball. So, go play with Rabo. I'm coming.
15
Good
seconds of
job.
fame. There you go. There you go.
Play with Rabo.
Being a dad.
So, being a dad. That's being a dad, man. That's my son, bro.
Bring your son to work day. Bring your son to work day.
Say hi to them. Say, my name is Bo.
How is in the bedroom?
How is coming? How is it?
Oopsie.
Oh. Don't step on the charger. Sorry.
Hurry!
How is coming? She's gone. She's sleeping. You knock first. Bo, you knock first, right? Anytime you fight, remember you're fighting the mother of your child. So at the end of the day, you're thinking about the child. And I like it when Saint the Remnant says he had the option of let's go to court.
Yeah.
This is an easy case,
Yeah.
and it ends up in your favor.
Yeah.
But now this is where being a dad is. Like, what is good for my child?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
my child needs me. My child needs the mother.
That's true.
The two of us cannot exist in one place
Yeah.
as a unit. We have to do it separately. Okay, sorry, baby. Sit here. Proof. So the case goes the other way. For the mother. Oh, you want to kick the ball? Don't worry. Sit here. Don't. Just wait. Yeah. So, so I think when you realize that emotionally, you want the ball. The ball is coming. Don't worry. Don't touch this. Is a microphone. You'll have the ball. So, go play with Rabo. I'm coming. Good job. Play with Rabo.
Being a dad.
So, being a dad. That's being a dad, man. That's my son, Bo. My adorable son, Bo. Okay. This didn't go right. Say hi to them. Say, my name is Bo. Okay. Really have to be well. Quiet, Bo. Quiet. You're a good boy. Quiet. You want to sleep? Okay, stay there. The moment you realize that you really have to be sane mentally, emotionally, that is the beginning of everything. And when you are mentally and emotionally stable, you can even co-parent well. Because sometimes you can take this child and you're spending time with them, and you guys have been fighting like the whole night or the whole morning. So when you get the child, you're not emotionally stable. You cannot even concentrate. You get. There's nothing as bad that takes toll to a person. No, I'm not just speaking for men, for parents, like having battles that are child-related. They take toll on you. You can't concentrate. Remember, these are people. One of them, you had feelings for, and right now the feelings are not there. And another one is a person you have feelings, and you are supposed to have feelings for forever.
They're an extension of you. They're an
Your blood
extension
and
of
flesh.
you.
You get the
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
So I think that is the whole thing about it. Anyway, I want us to come to another thing.
We say, we have feelings, and you don't have feelings for anymore, or you have to
You cut them.
make your feelings behave.
So say the remnant. You made your feelings behave, or they
I think for
they
me,
made them behave for you.
let me tell you something.
Yeah.
For me, this is a very touchy subject. For me, I don't know how to do 50-50 love type thing. It's either I'm in 100%
Or you are out.
or I'm out. I don't do half-heartedly.
Yeah.
So this whole thing took a toll on me to a point where I had to leave work. I used to work in the UAE, and I had to choose between, do I keep making this money and have no one to spend it on, or do I come home trying to fight this whole thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
But for a minute, I fought, right? I fought for this this marriage to redeem it, right? I fought really hard. To an extent, my friends were like, "Nigga, please, just
Anyway,
What's up?
shuhada."
Shuhada.
Yeah, but it had to get to a point where you're like, you know what, this is no longer worth it.
Wow.
Past this is insanity.
Yeah.
For some time, this was very serious, man. Like before I threw in the towel, there's a period of time where I have fasted and prayed about it. I have gone to church about it. I'm trying to fight this whole thing.
yes.
But for a minute, I fought, right? I fought for this this marriage to redeem it, right? I fought really hard. To an extent, my friends were like, "Nigga, please, just
Anyway,
shuhada."
Shuhada.
Yeah, but it had to get to a point where you're like, you know what, this is no longer worth it. Past this is insanity.
Yeah.
This was very serious, man. Like before I threw in the towel, there's a period of time where I have fasted and prayed about it. I have gone to church about it. I have, like the whole 9 yards. There's nothing I've not tried. Okay, apart from witchcraft.
You tried witchcraft?
No, I didn't try that.
I just wanted
Apart
to
from
come
that.
clear on that.
Apart from that,
Kitui.
and I think, thank God I prayed then, because some of these things, man, you cannot like go through them without a higher power.
True.
Like, bro, let me tell you something. This will mess you up, But again, you now decide: do you have to force the other person to love you, or do you respect yourself enough to decide, hey, fam? It's not life and death.
It's just loving yourself. It's not very respecting. It's just
Respect
loving
yourself enough
yeah.
to move to chunk deuces, and thank God you did that, because now there's that saying that they say one man's trash is another man's treasure.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Are we allowed to go there? Because
We are allowed to go there, man.
I'm a treasure now. I'm just saying, I'm a treasure now. So
Interesting.
yeah,
Interesting, man.
that respect of myself paid off.
Interesting. That's interesting.
So yeah, man.
Interesting. And let's speak about sacrifices, because and I was coming to that. Saying to the remnant, you quit your job,
Bro.
and this is a job you started from a lower rank, and
Yeah,
you
man.
had climbed the rank.
Yeah, man.
You were doing it well, like progressing well.
Yes.
Yes, and it is in a foreign place.
Yes.
Where jobs like those are hard to come. Kevin, coming to you had to do sacrifices. You had gone elsewhere. Man, you went to study. You went to also work. You're doing good. How important is it for a dad to make those sacrifices? And why would one make such sacrifices, Kevin?
That is what sets you apart. For me, like I say, that is what sets the line, the difference between being a father
Yeah.
and a dad.
Bro.
Yeah, as you said, kila mtu anaweza kuwa, like everyone, you can't be a father. You want to be a father, how we stop. You can't be a father, you want to be a father, everyone can be a father, but being a dad, now that is where you lose, you have to not lose, but you have to shelve part of yourself
Yeah.
because of these people. And at the end of the day, every man, every parent out there, everyone is going through that pressure, through that hustle, through that everything else, for the sake of making not only their life, but most importantly, the lives of people they are with.
Yeah.
Look at someone who doesn't have a kid working and someone who has a kid working. Even in the workspace,
Yeah.
even in just the workspace, how you see these two people behaving and handling situations and life. Someone who has a kid is going to handle things different because at the end of the day, it gets to a point where it's not just you working for you, but you working for these people. So if you're working or whatever you're doing is not beneficial to these people, it's as good as not useful. See, so those are the big sacrifices you have to make. I was there, I was doing whatever I was doing and stuff, but even before I came, like, it was like, why are you going? Why do you have to come and stuff? Look, I'm not going to have fun. I'll be at peace. When I know I'm here and I can't even. It's not. Do or die is that key for me. That's what I call do or die. Everything else can stop. I can start, restart a million times. But that is one thing I cannot start and restart. So, for me to have that person. And accept that person and do all these things for that person, to me that is the biggest sacrifice that sets apart a dad from father. There are a million things you'll stop, there are a million things you'll do just to ensure that they are at peace. And people do a lot. I don't want to say so much about that bit, but I know we're going to have a conversation deeper. We'll be delving deeper into sacrificing how far, the extent you can go to
they know.
Sacrifice this thing.
Yo, the sacrifice bit is it's almost like what I can liken it with is having a tattoo, right? People fear having a tattoo because of the pain, but it's that pain that makes the tattoo worth having. Right? Like that sacrifice alone is worth it at the end of the day, right? And usually it's not about the money. Like it's usually never about the money. It's about the bigger picture, right? Because at the end of the day, for example, at the top of your head, I know you cannot go to 5 people and lack one person who's like, yeah, my dad is wealthy and all that, but I don't know the dude. So, there's the inheritance bit. It's cool, but I don't know the dude. So, so you're left there being like, do you keep getting this bag and losing your child in the long run, or do you get a balance? You're like you choose the bag. You can find a million ways to get the bag. You cannot replace this dude. Like you cannot, make another one. Well, you can technically, but not the same one. So the sacrifice is what makes it worth it. But again, the sacrifice is what makes it painful when you're denied access. And for someone to downplay it, there's something I read yesterday that said, you'll make so many sacrifices only for someone to ask you that they didn't ask you to make those sacrifices for them. True story, man. True story. Mimi niliulizwa hiyo swali mazi. Yo. But the sacrifices, man, like he said, those are what separates the boys from the men. I'm proud to have made those sacrifices. I mean, I did what I had to do at the time. It didn't pay off, but I did what I had to do.
Man has to make moves. So in a
man.
field, you're going to hunt, you either come back with an elephant or you get killed with the elephant.
True that. You guys coming into this, at any point did you ever think, I'm going to make a child and I'm going to be a dad away from the child, or the child is going to only be with one parent?
Never. Like you do, well, most probably people do, but I think personally it's like marriage, right? You do not say I do with plans of divorcing 7, 5, 10 years later. You know this is
for the long run.
Until death. Why do people say that? Because
And until death does
Yeah.
hits
That's
the
the
love.
only time
Yeah,
I
man.
love
Death
now.
hits the connection.
Yeah,
Suffer
man.
alone, the expectation to better
People,
process, eh?
people take that vow literally, man. You're like, if you're not with me, one of us has to go.
Die.
But you don't go into this thinking, I'll get me a boy, and then when he's 7, just no, you don't.
Send them away
yeah.
like the lion sends the cub. It's a
Fam.
time to go and
So saying the remnant, what you mean is, you made a beautiful soul,
Yeah.
and you knew your until they are old, and until
Fam.
I'm out of this world,
Fam.
this is the person
Yes.
I'm going to be with, and we're going to raise this child together.
Yeah. That was the plan.
that's the plan.
That's usually. I mean, by the time you're saying fam, by the time you're putting a ring on it,
Yeah.
Oh,
and you're involving the priest and the what do they call them? Those two people that take care of you.
the witnesses.
The best couple.
The best
Best
couple.
couple.
Fam, by the time you're involving the best couple,
Yes.
the priest, and exchange rings and vows,
Yes.
you know
Umeamua.
this is
Bo.
this is the
No,
end.
don't do that.
You know, to the end.
say,
If I'm dying at 90, you have to be
Please.
89 or something like that.
Yeah.
But,
Baba
yo,
L.
but then again,
It's crazy.
thank God
Yeah.
you do not know the future.
True.
You know,
True.
because but then again, looking back, you're like, when the whole thing is happening or was happening, for example, for me, I look back and I'm like, wow, thank God things went the way they went. Because to some extent, you really didn't know. Well, that again, that's for me. You really didn't know who you married until, I'm about to use a French word, until things go south. Then you understand, holy smoke. Like you sit down with yourself and you're like, how did I survive all these years with this one person? And I'm still alive, because give it a chance, bros, give it a chance.
Sikukwambia.
The person I know now
Yeah.
can easily take it. Fam, you're like, thank the Lord. He knows the end from the beginning. But again, these sacrifices, man.
Yes, sacrifices we make.
We laugh now, but a year ago, you're like, I didn't
Was it?
ask you to.
Like this.
You know, I didn't ask you to
asked
sacrifice.
to sacrifice.
You're like, come again, say what? You know,
Yeah, it
it's
is what
crazy,
it is.
man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah.
But
That's it.
Baba L,
Yeah.
what was your thinking, or what was your belief?
Everyone
Going
was
into this.
like ukiingia kwa hii chapter, everyone is dreaming, especially if you are raised well,
Yeah.
if you are raised in a family
Yeah.
that had the entire triangle complete.
Yeah.
You picture that because that is what you know.
Yeah.
You know, like you grow, you learn through growing. As you grow, you keep learning. And everything you've been observing
Yeah.
is everything you want to replicate. That is the first book you read. See,
Yeah.
so if you agree with your parents together and everything else, there is no point in time you're expecting to have a different chapter of life
Yeah.
and everything being different.
That's true.
So when things happen, Maze, like, yeah, everybody's like, yeah, I'm going to have kids, have that perfect family, smiles, happy, beautiful moments and everything else. And then things happen in one or the other, man. It's crazy. Nobody's prepared for it. It's shocking. There is no manual, there is no rehearsal, there is no
Yeah.
leakage in these things. So they,
Yeah.
they just come crumbling, I said, crumbling and happening. It's
You nosedive.
yeah, so you just nosedive and Maze, you have to just learn within the chaos. Like Said was saying, like you're in the job and learning within the
Yeah,
job
man.
with working under pressure and everything else. Like it's just a combination of.
And you're still on the job, you're still
On
learning,
job,
then you
yeah,
get
and
fired.
things
The
and
joke is
again.
it's entry level,
Yeah.
and we need 5 years experience.
Then
So
experience, yeah, you have to do the serious job, and you know now again, the worst part of it is there is this other person in the picture. So amidst everything else, I say, no one pictured this, but when it comes, I say, you just have to brace yourself because
At the end of the day, that's what breaks you, though.
yeah,
Like
It is
that child is what breaks you. Not even the breaking up of the marriage and what.
because,
That's one thing. It will pain for a few months or what. This,
this
that's
is
what.
always going to be there.
That's
You
what
know,
gets
there's
you.
like a permanent marker.
Yeah, that's
It's
what
there.
gets
You're
you
not going to erase it. You're not going
Indelible.
to get rid of it. It's indelible. It's there.
all
It's
the
there.
time. Yeah.
You wake up, you heal from your silly heartbreak and everything else, but you still have this one here.
Yeah.
It's always just scratching that wound and you're like, oh, it's a fresh. So, but as
Yo,
you say, sanity.
You guys,
Sanity still.
as we wind up, I want to ask you this before I go to my next question.
Yeah.
We love this. We love our children.
Yeah.
You love little Howie, Lidsney. You love your son very much.
Yeah.
I love my son here. Say these children just woke up one day and they came and they say, yo, daddy, dada, dada.
Yeah.
I want you back with mom.
Take a bow. Well done.
Yeah, you love them. You can do anything for them. We're talking about sacrifice, right?
Well, yeah.
They want you guys back.
There's a line for the sacrifices. I mean.
Man, I don't feel. I always say, anything is possible. Anything is possible.
Yeah.
So long as this is the mentality I have in mind. As long as you once loved someone, you can move on. You can get over stuff, but you can't love someone and turn again to hate that person. You just move on past stuff. Get over them and grow. And forge ahead because you see. But as he's saying, when it gets to a point, I always say a lot of things have to change.
Yeah.
A lot of things have to change before some of those things we are imagining and dreaming come to happen. So it's not about, yes, the kid, every kid, and I say every kid in this situation, every time like an ajuliza. So like kids are so smart, kids are so bright. They see these things, they learn. The fact that we try to imagine they are not smart and good enough to know these things doesn't mean they don't know.
Yeah.
They learn, they see, they want to question. At times they're just shielding because they kind of feel like it's not going to, maybe you might not understand them, but they want to ask these questions. They want to understand why things change and stuff. It can't happen. So coming to your question, I can't say, I always say never say never. There is no impossible. But that depends with how long or how far you people have gone past the gap between the two of you. Yeah, so some of them are completely impossible. Yes, that is why you tell the kid, yes, we all love you, we want to be there for you, and us being there doesn't mean being together. This thing, you see. But I'll say any day, Maze, if you have a chance, if you people think we are at the right place, Maze, to give it a shot, go ahead. But if you are not ready, if not settled down and analyze yourself properly, Maze, don't risk it, because it's better having that peace of mind and that kid having the two of you there than going back to make. Because if you people are not settled enough and to get back to something you people are done, it's going to be worse for the kid than even for you. That's the moment you realize you are more toxic for the kid, Bana, than things should have been. So the efforts of trying to make the kid happy and comfortable and everything else ends up messing up like your own toy design. Because it becomes now in a very crazy environment that kid might never understand what love and being a parent is.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Personally, I think I would say you are sounding politically correct, but again, that is the reality of the matter. We have those people. Recent case where people like attack each other. It gets physical, and lives are threatened. But people get back together.
Yes.
So you never know what the future holds. But what I'll say is, for me, it's just keeping it respectful, keeping it very warm with the other person. Of course, in relation to the child, because you don't want wrangles whereby you're trying to both have access of the child and it's all messy. You get, you might find everyone trying so hard to sabotage the effort of the other person, and in the process, you try to paint the other parent bad towards the child, or the child picks. Like you want to make,
You want to play favorite.
yeah, you want to play favorite. You also want their things. You really like everything that the child does is given a green card because you are seeking favoritism before this child. So personally, I'll just say that never say never, but I think again sometime I think it's always good to just look ahead. It's always good to look ahead. We are not looking back, we're not moving back, but it's always good to look ahead.
When you know, you know.
When you know,
Let's
you know.
say it, when you know, you know.
Yeah. Just I know this is a long subject. We'll have a discussion on this, but just to as a parting shot, like what would you guys say? Like, what would you tell those guys who are found themselves as fathers? They're outside. There are some of them, like Saint said, are denied the opportunity to play dad.
Yeah.
They are denied the opportunity to be close to their children. And not just opportunity to be close, even communication, just virtual, is denied. What would you tell, and also those who are there, they have children, but they really have stepped up. They're not together with the person they had the childhood, but they step up. They always show up. They show up dads. They are like, this thing is more than being a father. What would you tell them?
As a, personally, I'd say one thing: a man can only do as much, and every other time, as a man, if you know you've done your best, and you are at peace with yourself that you've done your best, and you don't need approval from people, but if other people can appreciate that you've done your best, because at times personal analysis, and maybe you can't sit your exam and mark it. But if you are satisfied by yourself and by also that you've done your best, let it be. You can't go killing yourself, because mi wambia tu, if unaweza kosana na mama mzazi and you can kosana with your dad and your siblings, then someone you met 18 and over, you can't expect those people to be you or do things like you. So you can't change someone who has been raised in a certain way. So if you've done your best and you've tried to have access to that person and be there for that your little person, and things are not working, don't sweat it, don't kill yourself. When the right time comes, what I always tell people, when the right time comes and these people get their senses back, they'll do the right thing. But if it's never there, then just let it go, At the end of the day, when the kid grows up to know and they can make decisions, that is inevitable. They will come, they will understand these things, and they'll find the truth. The good thing is every human in the process of growth will always seek to know the truth.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so if you can't do it while, if you can't, you don't have the opportunity or the chance or the powers to make the decision for the little one, and you've tried your best by all means and you're satisfied, achana nayo. When the kid grows up, they'll find the truth. They'll seek the truth and they'll find you. You'll have the chance to be a dad, because there's no expiry date anymore. To be a father or to be a dad, at that point you still have the chance to be a dad to that kid, to that grown-up kid, or the person who can make a decision. So do your best. If you're satisfied,
achana nayo. Saint the Remnant.
Which camera am I looking at? Which one? That one. Hey, this is taken from Uncle Sam. Man, it's number one. we accept, okay? It is difficult, it sucks, but it is what it is. It's where you're at.
Yeah.
Number 2, please forgive yourself.
Yeah.
Most of us have the tendency of demonizing ourselves and our choices and whatnot.
It's very dangerous.
But you have to get to a point where you are okay with you. At the end of the day, the longest relationship you'll ever have is with yourself.
Yeah, true that.
Right? So forgive yourself. Go to therapy if you have to. Talk to. Listen, there's a time I spent over a month in someone else's house. Not because I couldn't pay my own rent, but I had to spend time with people. You know,
just being alone can be crazy.
Yeah, man. To be sane,
Yeah.
do whatever you have to do. All right? Go to therapy if you have to. Number 3, the fact that the mother of the child is denying you access does not mean you are a bad father. It does not make you less of a man. It does not make you less of a father. And like Baba El said, if you have done what is supposed to be done, if you've done what needs to be done and still does not make sense to the other party, listen, chunk deuces.